Hey, Maniator, back with an internet historian reaction, like main channel reaction. It's been, I don't know, a year-ish since the last main channel upload that he's done, so it's been a while. But I mean, I've been reacting to his stuff every week, so it doesn't feel like it's been a long time, but yeah. So yeah, this one's titled Ever Given, Ever Taken Away, and the thumbnail was of a cargo ship. And the only thing I can think about is the one that blocked the canal. I think it was like called the EVERGREEN or something like that. So I assume this video was about that. I don't know the details about it. All I know was that it delayed a lot of stuff. And yeah, I don't know what what caused it. I don't know what the repercussions were. I just know that packages were delayed, and I think some of mine were delayed too, because it was like some of the Kickstarters came through there. Like, I don't think it was on that ship particularly, but like specifically, but yeah. Anyways, let's just see let's just react to Internet Historian's take on it, I guess. And seems like it's sponsored by Saley, which seems fitting.
This video was made possible by Saley and some very patient people over at Patreon.
Very patient.
Okay, music fades in.
Oh.
My friend, let me weave you a tale of a windswept night beyond the old Egyptian sands.
Okay.
Where the water plays coy with the shore, and the coy are sure to play in the water.
Right.
Where the desert wolves make...
This was gonna be like a DreamWorks production.
Are sure to play in the water.
Right,
where the desert wolves make love to the moon.
Okay.
Exterior, dang. This is the Suez Canal.
Oh, it is about that. Okay.
Undeniably, Egypt's most famous body of water. Nothing bad
I didn't really know. So.
ever happens here. Oh, except for that one time. Oh.
Oh no, it's all ruined. It's all ruined. So yeah, like I don't even know how it managed to get stuck, but yeah, that was something.
Okay, so there's a ship, and it's called the Ever Given, and it's going up the Suez.
Wait, is it? I thought it was Evergreen, but well, I'm starting to second guess myself.
Suez Canal really, really fast, probably. And you think that the Port Authority would call up?
Oh, I know. Scatino's not driving this, is he?
And they'd be like,
Captain, you are going way too fast.
But the captain, he's wicked sit cool, so he's like,
they're just jealous of my passion for going fast through critical trade infrastructure.
Right.
Increase speed.
Is it really because of fast speeds?
If you will not slow down, prepare to meet the full might of the Egyptian military.
Two of Egypt's fastest fighter jets scramble on the runway. The captain...
That's a violation. Oh, that's a violation.
Two of Egypt's fastest fighter jets scramble on the runway. But the captain kept adding power.
Oh.
Faster! The people of Europe need these Chinese knockoffs of European goods.
And they got all sorts of technology to go like top speed.
Don't go faster, I beseech you.
But everyone on the crew was loving it. Yeah, go faster. But then...
Look out! Someone left
A
a
ramp.
ramp in the middle of the canal.
I mean, come on. If it's like GTA, you would, once you see that ramp, you're gonna go faster than you were going before just to hit that ramp, right? But I don't know about a cargo ship. Maybe if it was like a speedboat, maybe, but yeah, I don't think a cargo ship will get airtime.
I ain't afraid.
Oh no, not the second glasses.
It was at this point that the captain chose to do a wicked sick jump.
Oh no.
Lens flare.
The Michael
But
Bay
they
effect.
overshot it.
Oh?
They were gonna collide with a gently sloping sandy bank.
Oh no.
They threw on the handbrake.
Drop anchor.
In the air.
Brace for impact.
But it was too late. Collision. Literally everybody died.
So that's why there wasn't a new video. Although I think this happened before the fancy stuff. I think. My memory's terrible. It's
Ever
bad.
given, ever taken away.
Right.
That'll do. Alright, see you in a year.
Well, yeah, that was a good reaction. Okay, I'm done.
What do you mean it's not long enough? Wikipedia, ChatGPT. Add the music, they love that. A reaction GIF? That's a good one. No, this video's too good. Dial it back a little.
Oh no.
Okay, let me start again. I'll do the phony voice too. Better. Okay, so here's what
Alright, the following is based on true events. However, most details come from secondary sources. While some conversations were recorded, including the VDR data of the ship, almost none of the material has been made available to the public. I wonder why. So we took a few liberties. Are we going to get like a... I mean, I guess we already got that recreation as like the intro. Because I was going to say like... Because he did... for storming Area 51, he did that Naruto thing, so he kind of did that with the intro. But all characterizations should be considered fictional, not reflective of the real people involved, and interpreted for storytelling and entertainment purposes only. Okay. Also, we play pretty fast and loose with certain details and the order of events. Right. Let's see. Be cool and please don't bother any of the people involved in the Suez incident. We're just here to have a good time. Alright
really
then.
happened.
Act 1. Everything's great. Everything is awesome. Oh, I just saw a reaction for the Lego movie, so I have that song stuck in my head.
This story begins in Malaysia. Of course, you already know, but that's this one over here. And at a port named Tanjung Pelepus is the container ship known as the EVERGREEN. The last of the cargo is loaded onto the ship, and the captain of the ship,
EVERGREEN right there.
Krishnan Kanthaval, is there with his crew of...
Wait, there's some stuff down there. Dang captions. The crew comprises about 20 Indian dudes who do everything from navigation to engineering and, I guess, maintenance. There are photos, but it's unnecessary to show them here. Okay.
Hello.
Oh,
At this
it
point,
felt unnecessary.
Kanthaval probably said something like, "All right, the boat's tummy is all full of cargo. We're almost ready to get going." So EVERGREEN, the operating company of the ship, would have called
Yeah, it was
ahead
EVERGREEN.
and booked passage for the ship. Yes, one adult ship ticket, please. Large.
Oh, I'm dumb. So the ship is called EverGiven, but like the parent stuff is EVERGREEN. Okay.
How many containers? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now this guy at the operating company is on the line to the Suez Canal Authority, and they are in charge of all of the operations of the Suez Canal. All right, thank you for choosing Suez Waterways. You are scheduled for March 23rd. You are 922nd in queue. All right, we've got a Supermax container coming through on March 23rd. Pulling up the stats now. The EVERGREEN.
Okay.
One of the largest container ships in the world. Over 400
it's
meters
pretty
long,
large.
60 meters wide. Only 10% smaller than the world's largest aircraft carrier.
Jeez.
Able to carry over 20,000 of these shipping containers.
20,000? What? That's up. Oh, wow. I saw pictures of it. I just didn't realize the scale of it. But carrying capacity is measured, 20-foot equivalent units. These are the smaller sized containers pictured here, but most containers are 40 feet, twice as long. I've dealt with both. And I had to unload stuff from both lengths by hand, and they were not light stuff. and the heat accumulates in the container when you're working in there. So the EVERGREEN would have closer to only 10,000 standard containers worth of carry capacity. Still impressive. I can't even carry one.
Here's a guy and a sandwich for scale.
Right.
All right, navigator, helmsman, Gene. Let's get going. We wouldn't want to hold up the other ships. With a teary goodbye, the EVERGREEN sets sail from Malaysia and makes course for the Netherlands.
Okay.
Let's go to the map. Malaysia, and you already know, but the Netherlands is over here. The route's so simple. You just go from here over to... Oh. We're blocked by Africa, sir. Should we just head back? Don't worry, I know a shortcut. Head into that inlet. It's called the Red Sea.
Okay.
Captain, it's blue. I know. In a bit over a week, the EVERGREEN cruises all the way to the Red Sea.
All right.
And on the way, someone on the crew points out Djibouti and says it aloud. Djibouti, because it's fun to say. It's a great time to be a cargo ship captain, I can tell you that much. Captain, we've got another problem on the sat-nav. There's more land in the way. How are we supposed to get through an obstacle like this? Should I just head back? Now, if this was 1868, Canterville would be in big trouble. But luckily, in 1869, someone happened to dig a big channel. Right from...
Yeah, sure, with just a shovel, right?
one side of this isthmus to the other. And filled it with water, they did. Which meant that ships no longer needed to circumnavigate Africa. It's nothing personal. It's a geographic thing. Late that evening, the EVERGREEN arrives at the Gulf of Suez. Here on the map. It's a big open area for ships to park. And there are ships everywhere, sitting idle, waiting for their turn to pass through the canal. Now the helmsman is kind of driving around the area, looking for a place to park and drop anchor.
Oh, he's doing the date thing. No time though, which was similar to the Costa Concordia video, which I originally saw from like a Half-Life lore time-lapse video. It was really interesting if you're like really into Half-Life, and shows how scary, I guess, the whole turn of events is, because you don't really get to, I guess, feel fear in the games since it's more actiony. But yeah, it was they made it scary.
But then, something captures his attention. Hey, what's that mysterious looking ship over there? It looks abandoned.
Oh.
M.V. Ahmad.
What is this? Don't know what that is. I can't I can't see what that is.
M.V. Do not speak its name, helmsman. Why not? Look, there's a spot. That's a handicap. They park the ship, drop anchor, and radio in to the Suez Canal Authority. Thank you for joining the queue. Typical wait time is a few hours, up to one business day. Why do we have to wait? Why can't we just go straight through? Because we've got rules here at the canal. A big book of them.
You can't just cut the line, right? You're not...
No running,
rude,
no dive bombing, and blah, blah, blah. Somewhere way down the back of the manual it says, all vessels entering or leaving the canal must have a pilot. And in fact, a ship as large as yours needs two. These pilots are employees of the Canal Authority who understand the perils of the route. Kind of like a consultant to the captain. And they stand around going, yes, yes, go here, turn coming up here, watch out for the geese. So just stand by for a while, yep? All right, nothing to do till this pilot arrives. Guess I'll take a little bit of me time.
So I'm guessing some of the subordinates are impatient and think they can just navigate it?
I'm off to my cabin, fellas. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
That's my assumption,
and so just
right?
after midnight, Canterville heads back to his quarters to take a nap. Quite a cozy
Hey.
scene, wouldn't you say? But all is not well on the EVERGREEN tonight.
Oh.
There seems to be some trouble with the weather. 2:30 a.m.
The
Canterville
music.
wakes up. Outside is the loud rattle of shipping containers sparring with the wind. Loud enough to capture Canterville's attention. Raro. He dashes up to the bridge. All right, what's the status on it being really, really windy outside? The wind is up to 35 knots, but the EVERGREEN is fine and
jeez.
the anchor is keeping us held. All right, it sounds like I can head back to my quarters then. Wait, Captain. I think we need to move the ship. Yeah, those guys are getting closer and closer to us. We're surrounded by ships like the Al Nasriyah. Their anchors can't withstand the wind, and they are being dragged about.
Okay.
We need more buffer, or there's risk of a collision. Good thinking. All right, duty engineer, prep the engines. Aye. The ship kicks to life. The helmsman steers the EVERGREEN to get further away from the other ships.
I mean, makes sense,
This whole
right?
thing might be cancelled. Port control. Although this waiting area is delightful, the weather outside is very frightful. Is passage through the canal still happening? Not cancelled. Hold position. Your pilot is wrapping up and will be on his way to your vessel soon. They're making us wait. Captain, if we're struggling not to hit ships in this big open area, it's going to get pretty dicey when we have to navigate through a narrow channel like the Suez. Yes. Although you should have said, spoiler warning.
Right.
Coming up next on Channel Ad Time.
Welcome back.
I've never seen a transition like that before. Okay. Internet history ads. Let's skip it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love his ads.
To Raising Saley. I'm Saley Man, professional traveler and eSIM user. Finding tourists to get them huge savings on an eSIM plan.
Right.
It ain't for the faint of heart. But if there's one thing I've learned in all my years, when they're traveling, they need data.
I can't get an Uber. I didn't sort out my data before I left.
Huge.
Got another
scroll.
one. Try this. First, we download the Saley app on your phone. Then we choose how much data we want and where. Then we add the code Internet Historian for 15% off. And don't forget the most important part.
1 gigabyte is actually not a lot, though.
Add the code Internet Historian for 15%.
But I mean, I guess it's fine for like emergency use, right? And there's also like 3 gigabytes and then 5 gigabytes here as well. So yeah, like 1 gigabyte is not. I think that's like. I think like if I were to update all the apps at once, it'd be like close to that. if they were to have updates and stuff like that, but
15% off. And don't forget the most important part.
it seems fine.
I just gave your phone international data using the Saley app.
Thank you, Saley Man. Very cool.
No.
So download the Saley app or scan the QR code on the screen now and use the code Internet Historian to get 15% off at checkout.
It's so beautiful here in the hills of Switzerland. If only I could listen to podcast in the background.
Here comes Saley Man. Over 200 destinations, 24/7 live chat support, and no physical SIM or roaming fees, because it's just an app.
Could I have my phone back, please?
At Saley, family comes first, and data comes second. Data comes first. They're both tied for first.
Tonight on Raising Saley.
Anyone can get Saley.
Oh
Dead
no.
ones. Sorry, I have a boyfriend ones. Or regular.
I have a presentation in 15 minutes at the UN Security Council, and I didn't download the slides. Without this presentation, I'm worried they're going to nuke North Sentinel Island again.
15 minutes to go and he hasn't got the slides.
I'll be the guy who started the next world war without those damn
No.
slides.
10 minutes to go and he
What? What was the
got
name?
the slides.
I'll be the guy who...
Noah Datar. Okay. You want hostage
started
negotiator.
the next world war without those damn slides.
10 minutes to go and he hasn't got the slides.
History will not look kindly on me without those slides.
Here comes Saley. Now you have 10 gigabytes of data on your phone. Cheaper than most phone providers.
I love you, Sam.
Oh, I'm slow. I just got the name.
Really, man?
I just got the name. I pronounced it wrong.
The Saley app really
I
saved
pronounced
me.
it wrong.
This truly was our darkest hour, but we prevailed. It's not an easy job,
Oh no.
but Saley gets me through. So download the Saley app or scan the QR code on screen and use Internet Historian as the code to get 15% off at checkout. Get some damn data on your phone, why not? Ad over. Some time has passed.
Already?
We're back on the bridge. There's the helmsman. Captain's gone back to his quarters. Pilots won't be here for hours. Then suddenly, an idea. The helmsman takes it upon himself to navigate a little bit of tee-hee-hee, says the helmsman. As long as no one checks the nav data, this won't come back to bite me at all.
Right.
A couple of hours pass. The wind dies down just a little. No ships crashed into the Evergiven, but a small one did pull up beside it.
Okay. Seems like it's the pilot.
Captain, pilots are here. Welcome aboard. Oh, hey, Captain. Yes, we're running late. Where's the helm? We don't know what the pilots' names are, so we're just going to go with blue and red. Okay, I think we should move ahead at about 14 kilometers. That's right. Ahead, 14 kilometers per hour.
Sure.
The Evergiven joins a convoy of ships taking position at the entrance to the canal.
Seems like we're going well so
Convoy
far.
checking in. Ready. All right, everybody. We want to be alert. Stay focused. Yeah, Captain. I'll follow the other ships. I'll try not to get lost. Hold on, helmsman. And the audience. This is a much more perilous journey than you might know. What? A big straight line? It is 193 kilometers of narrow waterway. And I hope you've got some stamina, because it takes 12...
12 out? Jeez. I didn't realize it took that long. Wow.
hours to traverse. That's a full...
Also, yeah, like traversing, like even though it is straight, traversing a narrow thing, whether it be on a boat or like even on a vehicle, is still very especially if we're doing it for 12 hours.
They trip. Some parts are only 24 meters deep. Oh, that's very shallow. Yes, and only 200 meters wide in some parts. That's very narrow. I've seen McDonald's drive-thrus with more clearance. And you certainly wouldn't want to have an accident, would you? Because 12% of the entire world's sea freight passes through here. If you blocked it, the consequences would be humongous.
Yeah,
No
I wonder what the
pressure,
consequences were, though.
Oh, I see. Oh, don't mind him. He gives that speech to everybody. Ahead, 14 kilometers per hour. Yes, pilot. 14 kilometers. Steady on. So into the canal the Evergiven went. As they cruise, the winds swirl back onto the sea. No longer buffered by miles of open water, the sand and dust can blow about with abandon.
Yeah. It's like it's so narrow with all the wind and the kicking up the sand. Yeah, that even if it's a straight line, that's
Low visibility. Strong winds jostle the ship. Grit.
Surprising it
hunts
hasn't
the
like happened
bow.
before, given
The Evergiven
what's
steams
happening,
ahead
right?
at about the pace of a fast jog. And there's no real build-up here, to be honest. Things go awry almost immediately.
Oh.
How are you coping with the wind? It's manageable. All right, well, the wind is definitely pushing us to the left-hand side. Yes, just try to keep it as centered as you can. Adjusting.
These winds are quite something. Do you think we should have insisted they postpone?
The pilots don't seem worried, and they know this water better than anyone.
I mean, that's
the
true.
The angle of the wind is particular.
Yeah, that's just true, because, like, they would know since they're helping guide the ships, right? Because I feel like they've been through it before, so they said they would know.
Particularly nasty, catching the enormous surface area of the ship and constantly nudging it off course.
It's like the what was that again? Penn and Teller's Big Rigs? No, I don't think it was Big Rigs, but it was like the truck game that you couldn't idle. It's like an actual one, almost like a 1-to-1 trip of like going from point A to point B in a big rig, but I don't think it was called big rigs. But I'm sure if I looked it up, I would know. But yeah, that game, you could not just leave it be, because you would just like ever so slightly, you would veer off course and not go straight. So you would have to actively be there to course correct.
Helmsman, you're still too far to the left. You got to get back to the center. Yeah, I'm trying. Adjusting. The helmsman keeps changing the trajectory of the ship, but he cannot seem to stay in the center.
No.
Come on, helmsman, we're still not centered. I know, it's the wind. No matter what they do, they can't seem to get away from the left bank. The wind foils their every counter-maneuver.
So that's how you turn sideways, okay? Because I think either the wind stopped and like all the oversteer would just, not oversteer, but all the rotation just turned the ship, or the wind pushed it over so close to this side so it dug, and then the rest of the ship swung over or something like that.
This is not as manageable as I thought it would be. Is it going to be like this the whole way? Don't worry, this is really common. It won't be the whole trip. No. The problem is we're going too slow. Red pilot takes the initiative. If we speed up, we can push through the wind. Accelerate to 22 kilometers an hour.
22?
Somewhat reluctantly, the helmsman obliges. 22 kilometers per hour.
Oh, because yeah, you wanna, they would know, right? I would hope they would know.
Engines engage and the ship speeds up. Captain, going this fast in heavy winds is needlessly reckless. There are protocols for this sort of thing. All right, Gene, it's a bit windy. Relax. This must happen all the time. The red pilot was...
Complacency of procedures, right? Where have I heard that before? Costa Concordia, right?
Right. The increased speed helps them to fight through the wind and get away from the left-hand bank.
I mean, that's good.
However, they can't seem to keep the ship in the very center.
Oh.
Helmsman, you're aimed too severely to the right-hand bank now. We need a bit of leadership here. Don't worry, I know what to do. Turn left. Adjusting. The pilot's giving steering instructions now. Captain, is he supposed to do that? Captain, the pilot is not here to give steering orders. You should say something. The ship is now consistently snaking left and right and left and right.
Like, I know this is a serious situation, but the way it's depicted, it just looks like it's like if you were to have bumpers in bowling and then just the ball just kept bouncing left and right. That's what it's like. I'm picturing that.
Turn to the right. So they turn to the right, but then they end up too far to the right.
Yeah, back and forth.
They're too close to the right bank now. Turn to the left. Yes, I agree. Turn to the left. Look, this is all a bit tense, and we both know where this is going. It's gonna crash. Let's just enjoy it. Oh, wow.
Where is this video from that he used?
There it is. A gently sloping sandy bank.
Yeah, it's
Red pilot, we're just consultants. This isn't our job to steer the ship. You're micromanaging. We should only be giving general navigation advice. We're getting too close to the left bank. I can't keep it centered. We have to slow this ship down. If we slow down, the wind will push us into the bank. What do I do? Reduce the speed. The two pilots begin bickering. And not just bickering normally. They're bickering in Arabic.
Okay.
And Cancel
Right.
crew doesn't speak Arabic. What the hell are they saying? I don't know. Neither do I. Does anyone here speak Arabic?
That looks like a good
The
spot to
EVERGREEN has
land.
reached its target speed of 22 kilometers an hour. But they're taking wider and wider turns and can't seem to get anywhere near the center of the lane.
I'm surprised none of the containers fell from that, but I mean, I guess, I assume that the containers are secure, so that won't happen. But the way it's depicted, it's surprised that it didn't, though.
And the two pilots, they're still fighting.
Jeez.
Captain, pilots, Captain. The EVERGREEN
What
then
is
reaches
this?
an extreme,
What is this sitcom?
unrecoverable angle, pointing acutely to the right.
Oh, that's
straight for the
how.
bank.
Yeah, so then like the front hits it, right, and wedges. So then I guess the wind pushes this forward, so it block. Okay. Okay.
We need to turn left now.
I wonder if he got the music from Suno.
Hard left. Hard to the left. Hard to the left. The rudder turns. But the ship doesn't turn with it. Instead,
No.
it slides.
Drifting.
Didn't I tell you to turn left? Why aren't we turning?
The music.
I am turning to the left, Captain. The ship's not responding. I knew this would happen. It's your fault. The helmsman loses his ability to steer.
That's
The
not
ship
good.
has gone out of control.
Right.
Captain. Canterville finally steps forward. Enough! Helmsman, center the rudder. Reduce speed. Rudder center. Reduce... But it's too late. Canterville did not intervene in time. Shit.
According to a person familiar with the VDR audio, the captain reacted as anyone might in the same situation. Yep. Jeez. No.
The crew can feel the vibration through the floor as the bow meets the bank.
Yes.
That bow, raised 6 meters, slides into the bank with ease, like a hot pencil through pudding.
What? What? Like, I know he's Australian, but is that a saying they have over there?
Meanwhile, the rear of the ship is pulled into the opposite bank.
Yeah.
The bridge shakes and the crew lurches forward as 300,000 tons of momentum is reduced to zero in the span of a couple of seconds.
Yeah. All the containers and all
We've
that.
run aground. We've run aground. Cut your engines. Canterville yells out on the radio, because don't forget, these ships are running as a convoy.
Yeah.
Which means that the ships behind them have just seen what's happened, and they all have to slam on the brakes. A couple of ships back, the Asia Ruby 3 suffers an engine malfunction.
Oh no.
And it cannot stop as quickly as it intends to, and nearly plows into the back of the Maersk Denver. They manage to stop themselves just in time and prevent running aground as well. Pan back to the EVERGREEN. Let us look at it from above. It is diagonally wedged across the entire canal.
Yeah.
An unplanned bridge connecting 2 continents.
Oh, did I miss any more text? It's the closed captions, but this is the real satellite photograph of the ship shortly after the crash. Okay. I hope I didn't skip any of them.
A ship collision of such magnitude, there's almost nothing to compare it to. Maybe Hindenburg? 9/11? I'll keep Googling.
What?
No, hold off on the dramatic sound effects. There's no need.
I don't think 9/11 is, or the Hindenburg is comparable to this.
Need to panic just yet? It's like a car tire stuck in the mud. We simply reverse. Full astern. Well, that means full backwards.
Okay.
Propellers at the back of the ship whiz to little effect.
They're wedged.
Locked in place by the sand. We didn't move. Merely a run-up. Crash astern. That's the most dramatic version of full astern, ramping up to full thrust as quickly as possible.
Okay. Yeah. Nothing.
No, stop it. No sound effect just yet. We still have one more option. Start up the bow thrusters. They're the jets at the front of the ship that give a little bit of extra oomph. Crash astern, full thrusters. No effect, sir.
Yep, there is a sound effect. Oh, there
Now, we don't have
multiple
the
sound
transcript
effects.
from here, so we'll just presume that at the time, Canterville said something very quirky and millennial, like, so that just happened. But what we do know is that he and the pilots then jumped on the radio and got in contact with the Port Authority.
Okay.
We've got something to tell you, and you gotta promise not to get mad.
Shut up. Wait, look. Listen, we're gonna need a tugboat. We are run aground.
The helmsman takes a turn at being millennial.
There are other ships right behind me, aren't there? Uh-huh. And there were.
Really?
As the queue of container ships piling up behind them got longer and longer.
Yeah, because you gotta like they're in a convoy, like you said. So it's not just the items on this ship that's being delayed. It's the items being on the items on the ship behind that, and the ship behind that, and the ship behind that, and so on and so forth. Like all those ships had the contents that were delayed.
Make that 2 tugboats. So what happened here exactly? And who is in big, big trouble? Explainer time! There are 3 main causes to why the ship crashed.
I don't like of the 4, right? I don't think, because I mean I don't know like how they assess blame and stuff like that, but I don't think he's gonna get like the brunt of it. Like, sure, he was steering, but only at the commands of the others, right? So, but then again, they shouldn't have been giving him steering commands. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
There are 3 main causes to why the ship crashed. Let's start with the wind.
Yeah.
The captain could have very easily said, guys, the wind is far too severe. Let's postpone. But he didn't. However, the blame's not all on Canterville. The 2 pilots could have also said, let's just follow protocol. By radioing in to HQ and saying, yes, get us 2 tugboats, please.
That would
With
have
one on
helped.
each side at the front, they would have had far more stability and control. And they wouldn't need to erratically fight about with the wind to stay in the middle of the lane. Second cause, the speed of
They were
the
going
ship.
way too fast.
Now, it was the red pilot who told the helmsman, accelerate the ship to 22 kilometers per hour. But when he did that, they were already driving at the speed limit for their weight class, 14 kilometers per hour. And telling the helmsman to go beyond that meant that they are technically breaking the rules.
Yeah.
And while I agree that some rules are made to be broken, going this fast in a very...
Oh, I didn't even notice that small detail, that he has a reflection down there too.
While I agree that some rules are made to be broken, going this fast in a very large ship in a comparatively small canal causes a whole bunch of problems to do with fluid dynamics.
Yeah.
Big problems. Huge.
5 fun physics phenomena.
No, I don't know the physics,
Oh, no.
and if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Let's see. Google the bank effect. Zones of high and low pressure caused by the quick displacement of water cause a ship to be pulled towards the bank at the rear of the ship and repelled from it at the front. The closer the ship is to the bank, the stronger this effect is, I guess. This results in a consistent diagonal force that ultimately makes your ship overcorrect at every turn. So I guess that's why they couldn't correct at the very end. So think of it like, I can't read that, when you go too slowly on a bike and then get very wobbly. It's nothing like that though, but it's a fun image, right?
But what I will say is this. Speeding up causes something approximating oversteer. The ship becomes all slidey. I'm just going to turn a little bit to the left, but instead you go a lot to the left.
Or have we seen this before as well? The speeding up to get oversteer.
I'll just turn right a little bit, but instead you turn to the right a lot. Remember how the cheerful navigator was like, come on guys, we have to get back to the center of the lane. Well, they can't, because every time they try to direct back to the center, the speed and the oversteer means they overshoot it. One more effect of going very fast.
I will sneeze. Wait for it.
Sure.
Take a look at this animation side on. Water pressure effects cause the ship to tilt. At this speed, the front is raised 6 meters higher than usual, which means when they collide with the bank, combined with the high velocity, they really wedge themselves in. But we can't just blame everything on the physicists, because there's a third main cause.
Okay.
Poor communication.
Yeah.
English is the official language of pretty much every port.
Again, where have we seen this before, right? Surely the pilot, I don't know the proper terms, but in the Costa Concordia that they hired from Indonesia, right? That knows no English or Spanish. Yeah, communication.
However, the pilots start arguing with each other.
Also this too,
Arabic, which is not just unprofessional, but excludes all of the rest of the crew from what's being discussed. And all of these competing voices make for chaos on the bridge. But the blame is not all on the co-pilots either. The captain is always in charge. He has the ultimate authority. Decisions start and end with him.
Yeah, because he just took a back seat and let the two pilots be in charge, because I guess the pilots knew the canal much better than him, so, but still.
So the captain should have intervened and said something like,
yeah,
shut up, everybody. But he doesn't. He stands there quite passively.
Yeah.
By the time he does step in,
way too late.
It's too late.
Yeah.
Now that everything's been laid out, who would you say is at fault for the crash of the EVERGREEN? The helmsman?
I don't know if it's a helmsman,
Blue pilot? The red pilot? Canthaville?
Well, I could be wrong.
I'll tell you. Society, that's who.
Oh, no.
You and me. And I think you should apologize.
Why? Because we're the ones that order all the stuff that makes the ship go through the canal.
Yes.
Not the music. Act 2. Stuck. Yeah, they were stuck for a long time.
Alrighty. So we have something 3.5 times the size of the Titanic, choking the world's largest freighting canal like a greedy seagull throating a glue stick. Good start. And they didn't get very far through the canal itself. About 5% of the progress bar. But if we scroll up for a second, we can see what landmarks they missed out on. The Great Bitter Lake. Named so because the water there is very...
Bitter and salty is being used interchangeably here, obviously. Before the canal was created, it was a dry salt basin. Okay.
The Great Bitter Lake. Named so because the water there is very salty instead of fresh. Then up a 2-lane bit and over to Timsah Lake. Named so because Timsah is the Arabic word for crocodile, because there used to be crocodiles in there.
There are no crocodiles in the lake nowadays. During prehistoric times, it may have been the natural endpoint of the Red Sea.
Otherwise, it's pretty much zip right through to the Mediterranean. That would have been very nice for them.
No. Go back,
zip
go back.
Right through to the Mediterranean. That would have been very nice.
Some people consider the Mediterranean Sea to be one of the wettest places on Earth. Okay.
Now we go back a bit to Timsah
There's a joke
Lake,
in there somewhere, right?
And here you'll find the city of Ismailia. And at its port, see this building? This is the Suez Canal Authority.
Okay.
Inside, Captain El Said, head of navigational control, is just settling in for the day. As he sits down to his desk,
he sees the
you're going to want to see this.
Yeah.
The video feed pulls up.
What a way to start your workday.
Line 1. We're stuck. We'd like to request a tugboat. Stuck? Stuck where? You know that single lane area pretty close to the entrance? There. Now, had this happened in one of the 2-lane sections, they could have kept the traffic flowing.
Yeah, about
but
that.
Alas. What? So you're blocking all the traffic? Mr. El Said, we already promised we wouldn't get mad. Fine. I gotta see how bad it is in person. El Said snatches his keys off his desk and he races down to his car, rushing to the scene. He gets out and casts his eyes upon the ship. My God. Towering over him is a structure the width and breadth of the world's largest Walmart.
It is massive. Like when I saw pictures of it, I could not believe how big it was. Let me see this.
Is a structure the width and breadth of the.
So it was about an 80-minute drive away. He then jumps on a small boat to get over to it. GPS coordinates for the exact location got stuck was there. I don't know why like the subtitles are not bright compared to the ones that were like shown on the map.
World's largest Walmart, except it is also 15 stories tall. The bow, raised 6 meters higher than normal, is jammed into one side. Like an unwitting finger in a Chinese finger trap that somebody filled with Gorilla Glue in its prom tomorrow. The ass of the ship, firmly squatting aground on the other side. And the middle of the ship, making bended metal groans as it's barely suspended by only a few meters of water. Al Said lets the sand run through his fingers. At this point, another important person arrives on the scene. Admiral Raby. He is the Suez Canal Authority chairman.
Okay.
The big boss of the whole canal. Here's the rough structure of the organization. He's all the way up here, right?
Oh, no.
So high up that he reports directly to the
Now.
Pharaoh of Egypt himself. Yep, that's one blocked canal. No, Mr. President. He didn't say blocked. He said that canal rocked. He's giving it a 5-star review.
Right.
Come on, follow me to the bridge. Now, Al Said and Raby board the ship, and it's a hell of a scene. The crew is racing around. Oh God, they're gonna check the nav data. They're gonna see the deck pic. Oh God. Canterville's standing back taking a panicked phone call with the operating company. Okay, so 2 pilots walk into a ship, and the first one says, and the 2 pilots from before are
They're still arguing.
bickering. All right, you 2 are dismissed. Canterville. Oh God, this is the end of my career. This is gonna cost $1 billion. Al Said puts his hand on Canterville's shoulder. Do not worry, my friend. We shall solve this.
Right.
Come on, Captain. What's the status? Well, the ship isn't floating. Yeah. No, what I mean is the situation is worse than you think. It's the way we're pitched up on the shore. The weight distribution is all wrong. We're like a raised bridge, but we don't have any of the support underneath.
Oh, jeez.
The middle of the ship could bend under its own weight and tear.
I didn't hear about that.
So it could sink? Yeah. That would shut down the whole canal for months. Are we taking on water? No, I've had the engineers check the hull. We can't see water making ingress anywhere. Yet. The best way to get free and the best way to prevent the ship from potentially sinking is to lighten the load. We need to get rid of at least, I don't know, like 20,000 tons. How quickly do you think your crew can offload containers? No. Look how high those boxes are stacked.
Yeah.
To offload these containers is going to require specialist equipment. The kind you'd only find at a dedicated port. We're not going to be able to offload these containers out here in the middle of nowhere. All right, well, it's the easiest, most brute force solution you can think of. The ballast tanks. Go on. We've got nearly 10,000 tons of ballast water on board.
Ballast water is held in reserve tanks on a ship to add weight, stability, and control. I guess that didn't help the stability or control balance during that time.
We can dump that right now and relieve some pressure. Excellent idea. I'll get started. No, you can't do that. Well, why not? Allow me to explain. What? You see, when a ship fills its ballast tanks, it's filling with more than just water. It's a big, dilute, salty soup of algae, plant material, and even sometimes small fish.
So it's going to what a pause. So it's going to contaminate the water if they unload that, right? Then you don't really want to contaminate that water.
Pick that up in Malaysia, and then just dump that at the next port.
Yeah.
You're introducing these stowaway pest species.
Organisms can naturally migrate over long periods, but hitching a ride via ballast water helps invasive species overcome natural barriers like currents, changes in temperatures, salinity, etc.
Into the environment. Some examples of these invasive species include the Northern Pacific Sea star.
But their larvae get into the ballast water rather than the whole starfish. But then they grow and prey on native fish eggs. What?
The European green crab.
Preys on native shellfish, artificially introduced to the United States in the 1950s and caused all sorts of costly problems.
That son of a bitch. And cholera.
Yeah. Attaches to other microorganisms commonly found in raw sewage.
So you have to treat the water before you discharge it, usually through heat or chemicals. And the key there is that it also requires time and access to one of these treatment machines. And we're not at a port. It's going to take much longer than usual. But let me get onto the line with the guys at Ismailia. We probably have a portable water treatment machine somewhere. Al Said turns and looks out the window. Coming down the canal are 2 tugboats, the ones that they ordered earlier. Look, we might not even be that deeply wedged in. These 2 tugboats might be all we need.
No.
Yes, tugboats. This is the Mosaid 2 and the Mosaid 3. These 2 little guys are able to pull around this massive cargo ship.
Alright, by coincidence, this also happens to be the ship that was directly in front of the EVERGREEN in the convoy at the time. So Costco Shipping Galaxy breaks away from Felixstowe as Showers passes through. Okay.
Comparable in size to the EVERGREEN. On go the ties. Line secure, all fast. Engine ready. Ready to pull. Canterville looks nervously at El Said. Commence pull. Slow ahead. The polyethylene ropes whine as they're pulled taut from the water. The tugboats lightly draw against the ship, testing for resistance.
Yeah.
All right, a little more.
That's not gonna work.
More. Full power. Nothing. Not an inch of difference. All right, stop engines. Be on standby. This isn't going to work. With just 2 tugboats, we do not have the pull for a ship this massive, this deeply grounded. It's also low tide. That's not helping. Wind's high tide. Early afternoon, in a couple of hours. All right, that buys us some time. How soon do you think you can get a dredger out here? Let me find out for you. Please hold. The dredgers can remove the sand below the waterline that's all built up around the ship.
Okay.
Hi again. They say it'll take a day, maybe 2. All right, tell them to hurry. A day or 2?
A day or 2.
I'd better update my boss. Let him know it's not going to be a quick fix. I should call my wife as well. All right, don't go too far. I need you for something in a minute. Hey, what about excavators? Oh, yeah. How many we got? Right now? No, for my birthday. Yeah, now. 1. 1 guy. There's only 1 excavator on standby for the whole canal. Well, it's just post-COVID. Everyone's been excavating from home. Catch me through. There really was just 1 guy, by the way. It's local contractor Abdullah. So he picks up the phone. Mushy mushy. There's been a big accident at the canal, Abdullah. There's sand and dirt everywhere. I need your help. Just send me the deets, Chum. Abdullah jumps in his truck and heads to the scene. And when he pulls up, Gott in Himmel. He sees the massive EVERGREEN wedged into the canal. Abdullah locks himself into his excavator and gets to work on the most important task he's ever done digged.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Back on the bridge. Yeah, I'm not.
Somehow that does not look safe. This does not look sturdy. But, I mean, he knows what he's doing, I guess. And he's the only one that can do the excavating, so.
Back on the bridge. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hopefully home soon. Okay. Yep, no, love you too. Okay, bye. Whew, the boss was not happy. Hey, before you said you needed me for something. I did. Who's this? Breathe into this tube.
Is he drunk?
Also, you have to do a drug test. After the crash, they tested Canterville for drugs and alcohol.
Okay.
Both came up negative.
I mean,
there's also a procedure to make sure that captains aren't fatigued. They look at the rest schedule and they find, no, Canterville took that nap, remember?
Yeah.
He's had plenty of rest time. So he passed the fatigue assessment.
Okay.
And while Canterville was at the nurse's office, high tide came and went.
Okay.
Tugs were tried again. And again. Tried a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It didn't work.
Have they brought in more tugboats? Or is there like a point where adding more wouldn't matter? Or wouldn't matter, I should say.
All day trying, all evening, and into the early morning. But that stubborn ship was going nowhere.
Day 2. Oh, yeah. Okay. What's happening here?
Of course. The moon. Day 2. There's quite a few of ships by this point, and they're all honking their horns impatiently. Hey, move your ass! I got frozens in the back. Go around! Go around! No one knows quite what's happening because the Suez Canal Authority has not made a formal statement. But their hand is about to be forced when an impatient sailor behind the Ever Given takes a photograph and publishes it online. And this starts a...
I mean, it was bound to happen, but I'm surprised it took that long, considering the size of that ship and how it was blocking everything else trying to go past, right?
Bit of a buzz on social media. It was at this very moment that the helmsman's most feared fear was most realized.
Right.
Someone pulled up the navigational data.
No.
Within 24 hours, it was all
Wait,
over.
that was a real thing that happened? What? I didn't realize that was a... He actually did that?
The news.
No.
So over at the Suez offices, Mr. Rebbe, you have 300 voicemails. Telemarketers?
Oh, no.
Mr. Rebbe, you have 300...
I've read stories about, like, the P... Was it, like, the P differential? Or, like, the pressure differential? Yeah, that's so scary. That's so scary.
Telemarketers? Important clients and journalists. They're asking about whether the canal is blocked, aren't they? They're asking about whether the canal is blocked, yes.
Well,
and the Suez Canal Authority could keep it a secret no longer. They held a press conference.
That's a lot of microphones.
Okay. This is crazy. Let's say, hypothetically, they didn't give many details, but it was a very inspirational press conference.
Oh?
The news begins reporting on the story.
It's blocked. Cargo ship blocking the Suez Canal is a huge container ship.
There's just the most incredible drama playing out in the Suez Canal.
A massive container ship longer than the Eiffel Tower.
It's one of the world's most important shipping lanes.
And breaking news from the Nana Star News Channel. I'm Nana. Mega ship's big ass is stuck in the Suez Canal.
Right. Point is, this story exploded everywhere. There was a lot of sympathy to go around.
I appear to have blocked global trade.
And the internet, upon seeing it, went, these guys need some help. We would love to volunteer.
There's that picture of a naked woman.
Right.
I need to help them.
They knew best about what to do to get this ship unstuck.
Yeah, everyone on Twitter is an expert on everything, right? Didn't you know that?
All right, it's time for the I reckon you could pretty much just do this and it'd work section. By far the most popular solution was simply blow it up. No ship, no problem.
No.
But why wouldn't this work? Well, first you're blowing up $1 billion worth of cargo. And this thing is about 3 times the size of Mount Rushmore. So there's quite a lot of debris to sweep up, actually. And you still haven't solved the problem of moving the thing out of the
Not to mention all the stuff that can contaminate the water that will probably mess up the canal for who knows how long afterwards.
Canal. Next idea. What if we attach 1,000 helicopters and simply fly?
I don't think these people just... I don't think they think about what they're posting. Because I feel like if they even given a second of thought, they would know that those things won't work.
Try the thing out. You could even take it all the way to its destination in the Netherlands.
Right.
Well, the problem is this thing weighs about 300,000 tons.
Exactly.
So even if you had a really powerful helicopter, you're going to need like 25,000 of them. And you can't put them all together in one area or the whole crap. It ain't going to work.
This many helicopters in close proximity would also cause chaotic and unpredictable airflow. Yeah. This turbulent air would reduce their ability to generate lift. Even if they could stay in the air, their lifting capacity would be shot. It would be fun to watch, though.
En route to help. Hey, maybe pull up a bit.
Next. All right, more seriously, why don't we take a whole bunch of old jet engines, weld them to the sides of the ship,
do like
turn them all on at once, and the day is saved. However, there is a risk of an explosion. And then you'd have a hole in the ship. And then the ship sinks.
Even making things worse, right? This would kind of work. You need a lot of jet engines, and to weld them all to parts of the ship that were structurally stable enough to withstand. Because the ship is essentially they made open space to put in the containers, so I don't know if they're going to be structurally stable parts enough of them, but by the time you did all that, you could have 50 tugboats ready to go effectively. So you can't get more tugboats. I mean, I guess they were busy, or I don't know how much they have available besides the other two. So
and then you're really never moving it. Hear me out. Liquid nitrogen. A lot of.
Okay. No. Some of these ideas.
Liquid nitrogen right under the boat. The water freezes, expands, the ship lifts up. Bob's your uncle, you love it. Except now, the ship is just stuck in ice. And then it melts, and then you're back to the exact same position. Also, you need like $1 billion worth of nitrogen. There's no way to get that much material, let alone handle the scale of that material. Also, everyone's going to freeze to death on board, and the ballast will... the scale of that material. Also, everyone's going to freeze.
While the least practical, this solution would be, scientifically speaking, the most fun.
Freeze to death on board, and the ballast will expand in the tanks, and that'll destroy the ship.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. All right. Last idea.
3D glasses. I don't remember the last time I've ever used those.
Best idea. What if we just actively made things worse? Such as this petition to add a second.
I was gonna say, kind of wish I had 3D glasses right now, but petitions. I mean, aside from the Stop Killing Games one, I don't think I've seen a petition do something. But I mean, then again, like the Stop Killing Games one is UK and Europe based, I guess, whereas all the other ones I've seen are more US based. So. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into Stop Killing Games though.
Boat to the canal.
In this video.
Jokes aside, one humble comment did stand out from the crowd.
Get a few people on this side, a few people on that side, push it, and I really think it would go.
Well, maybe. Because that's exactly what the recovery team intended to do.
Okay.
Ahoy. Good to see you back from the nurse. I told them I didn't do any drugs, but they wouldn't take my word for it. I would have believed you. Hey, just give me the walkie-talkie. All right, full ahead with the excavators. 3 more excavators join Abdullah, and they are all busily digging out the front and rear of the ship. It's still going too slow. What else we got? More rescue stuff. So here comes Rabbi pulling up to the scene. Good news, fellas. And he's standing atop a very powerful bit of kit. A big, beautiful dredger. To be specific...
Was it the cutter suction dredger? So what was it?
Powerful bit of kit.
I'm gonna read that.
Fellas. And he's standing atop a very powerful bit of
The
kit.
dredger is named the 10th of Ramadan.
A big, beautiful dredger.
Okay.
To be specific,
a second will
suction
join the
dredge.
effort soon.
Essentially, you've got a big rotating cutting tool that loosens up all the soil, while a big suction pipe sends it yonder. All right, do the dredgy. Full speed. What else we got? We got more tugboats incoming.
Yay.
More and more tugboats join the fray. A total of 8
Okay.
arranged around the ship like this. Notably, the Baraka 1 and the Izzat Adel. These are 2 of the most powerful tugboats in the Middle East.
Okay.
And that includes the non-deserty parts. Full ahead with those. They keep trying. A cacophony of engines playing the highest stakes game of tug of war ever attempted. Tens of millions of dollars being lost every hour until it was won. And their opponent? Unbothered, moisturized, taking up the whole lane. Unbudgeable. All right, we're calling it for now. Oh well.
Yeah, just like the loss of the loss of money is just massive when you think about it, because like think about it, like it's supposed to be non-stop going, like there's not gonna be a blockage, so the ships will have to redirect to go around Africa, which will take even longer, which would delay maybe vital shipments even longer. I don't know, like I don't know what they have on those ships, right? So yeah, I think like in comparison, like I think someone told me that if what was it, AWS, the Amazon's Amazon service or whatever it's called, if it went down for an hour, like it would cost people collectively like millions, if not billions.
Saeed, we've thrown everything we can at the ship, and it won't concede an inch. It's hopeless, hopeless. The cynicism of youth. I've worked for many years on the Suez. There's magic in the water, can't there?
Oh?
Magic. We will succeed.
I mean,
Your words
they eventually
are empty,
did.
El Said. Optimism has blinded you, El Said. We cannot defeat the canal. It is simply too powerful. If I were the guys at Case and Kaisha, I'd just forget about the Evergiven and buy a new ship. Well, we can't afford a new ship. The owners of the Evergiven, Shoei Kaisen Kaisha Limited, are getting very worried.
Yeah.
I need that ship back, and I can't just leave it to the Suez Canal Authority to do it.
Because like if that ship's stuck and they don't have any other ships, they can't ship more things and they won't get the money. So.
There's only one team daring and foolhardy enough to take on a job like this.
Oh?
Kaisen calls up an elite salvaging company from the Netherlands. Smit Salvage.
Okay.
We need your help. I got your number from you know who.
Smit is the industry's best. They have response centers all over the globe, 24/7, ready to respond to marine emergencies. And funnily enough, they're the same team that helped with the rescue of the Costa Concordia back in 2012. Suit up, boys. They put the ocean in Ocean's 11, the tide in Tide Pod.
Right.
And sometimes they pee in the water. Why not? The fish do it.
We're en route to the canal. ETA in the next 24 hours.
Okay.
Next time on Boat in Canal. The prophecy. It's coming true.
Okay,
Kiss
the
me,
moon.
you fool. I'm beginning to think you don't want to get the boat free. Well, is it the Yanny wire or the Laurel wire?
Oh no, not that.
I couldn't hear you. You're breaking up.
Not that. Oh.
There's only one.
That was like the audio version of Is This Dress, what was it, blue and black or white and gold?
One way this was ever gonna go.
What?
It's now day 3. There's more digging, more tugging, but the ship is still exactly where they left it. And the slow pace of progress is starting to cause problems for international trade. Each delayed ship represents thousands of tons of undelivered stock for store trades. And that queue is getting longer and longer. On board, an estimated $9.6 billion worth of goods is sitting idle. The milk! It will spoil! And the big question is, how long until this thing is fixed? To answer this burning question, the Suez Canal Authority holds another press conference and declares, guys, another day, maybe two, might even be this afternoon. But the media and industry experts disagree.
The truth of the matter is that they're not making much ground. I mean, this is proving to be more difficult than originally expected.
Could be closed for weeks.
It could take weeks.
Could be stuck for weeks.
Weeks. That's how long it could take to free the container ship currently blocking the Suez Canal.
So that means all of these ship operators here, waiting in the queue, have a very difficult choice to make. So basically, I've just got two options. One, I can wait around hoping the ship gets unstuck,
go the long way,
which nobody knows how long that's going to be. Or option two, we go all the way around Africa. And I really don't want to do that, and it's not just a geographic thing. Freighters don't want to go around Africa because it will cost them far more in terms of fuel. It adds 10 extra days to the route.
10 days?
And most importantly, pirates.
Pirates, assassins, and gay pirate assassins.
Now, there be two main pirate hangouts. The Somali pirates, everyone knows about them. But the more prolific group is actually in the Gulf of Guinea. Named so because it holds the Guinness World Record for most pirates. In fact, in 2020, 96% of all maritime kidnappings happened in the Gulf of Guinea. That doesn't sound very good to me, Mr. Kaisha. And I just want you to know that you've made an enemy. And when I... Is your boat running? Because you better fucking move it. You can't park there. All right, hear me out. I'm thinking a bunch of helicopters, right? And we... There are a lot of people now who are angry with the owners of the EVERGREEN. There's only one thing I can do. Bing, 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 bong. Breaking news. Pause for a second. Shoei Kaisen Kaisha is big sorry. The owners of the EVERGREEN feel such enormous pressure that they go live on television to make a public apology. We are determined to keep on working hard to resolve the situation.
A real apology. We apologize for blocking the traffic and causing the tremendous trouble and worry to many people, including the involved parties. So it says this actually happened on March 27th, but that would mess with the flow of the story.
As soon as possible. Please do not be mad. In a few years, we'll all have a big laugh about it. Yours sincerely, Mr. Kaisha. Oh God, that's the boss of my boss's...
Wait, what? There was more.
Mr. Kaisha.
Oh,
oh
okay.
God, that's the boss of my boss's boss. I'm in so much trouble. Can't do anything about it. All we can do is keep trying to free the ship. So they keep going. And going. Into
and
the
going.
night.
And going. Day 4.
And on that night...
Oh, no.
Canterville and El Said had a heart-to-heart. The mood was very somber. Still feeling optimistic, El Said? Of course. Well, it's day 3. How much progress have you seen so far? They're gonna blow us up, aren't they? It's possible.
Well, I'm sure they can leave the ship once if they're gonna go that option.
They're gonna freeze us, aren't they? That seems less likely. They might just attach a whole bunch of jet engines and we're gonna get fucked up. That one got debunked. Sorry.
It did.
I don't mean to take it out on you. It's just, all these guys, they rely on me. The navigator, the helmsman, Gene, and the other ones we never animated. But I'm thinking maybe I should just get on a lifeboat right now and never look back. I could go live on an island somewhere, far, far away from here. Run away? Look at this. Timu neck massager for Sally. I bet she's checking her mailbox every morning. Bulk $6 fingerless gloves for Mr. Poe Box. You want to disappoint him? No.
Poe Box.
Little Jimmy won't be getting his 20-pack of kitchen tongs this Christmas. And you think that doesn't kill me inside? But we've exhausted every option. There's nothing on Earth that could free this ship. Well, that's where you're right. Look up there, Lil Canthy. El Sayed points up into the night sky.
Where's this music from? It sounds familiar.
Los Lunos.
I swear I heard this.
Yes, the
before.
moon. The son of the night. To the ancient Egyptians, it was a sign of hope. And in a few more nights' time, a prophecy will be fulfilled.
Okay.
The supermoon. I have to show you a kind of boring diagram. I'm so sorry. You see, the moon doesn't just orbit the Earth in a perfectly equidistant circle. It is, in fact, an ellipse.
I mean,
that means there is a point when the moon is the furthest from the Earth, and we call that the apogee. And there's also a point where it's closest to the Earth. That's the perigee. You know when you look into the night sky and the moon seems bigger or smaller than usual? Different distances, innit? Point is, the moon gravities all over the water. And the closer it is, the more it's going to pull. Now, there's another effect as well. If you believe the mainstream media, the Earth is going around the sun like this. And once in a while, it will also align with the sun being on the exact opposite side. Bam! At this point, when everything lines up like so, both the sun and the moon are at max strength pulling on the sea. And they call that the supermoon. And the tidal effects of both combine for an even greater pull. High tide can be even higher than usual, sometimes by up to 1.5 feet. Now, these sorts of moons only happen 3 or 4 times a year. But in 4 days, Big K, we're going to get one.
So that might work. that stare.
Previously on Boat in Canal. Don't let go! Ha ha ha, my plans have all fallen into place. I thought I knew what being a captain meant. What do you mean cut the black and blue wire? There's only white and gold!
See, I mentioned that earlier about the Yanny and the Laurel. That was the audio version of this. I was like, I didn't expect him bringing this up too.
We've got one chance left.
One opportunity.
This is just like that Costa Concordia video he did.
I mean, I did make that parallels with all the lack of communication, the speed, oversteer, and all that. Yeah. Funny how communication and, I mean, a lack of communication and a lack of protocol adherence will lead to issues.
But way less funny.
But it still is funny. I mean, it's less tragic, I think, because I don't think, I mean, as of now, as of this point in the video, no one died. So in the Costa Concordia, people died. And that was tragic.
Over at the EVERGREEN, things are status quo. But online, there's a bit of a new development. A screenshot of a news article appears. Cargo ship crashes into Suez Canal. Captain involved in incident.
Okay.
But there's a twist. Uh-oh. Is that a woman? A woman. Egypt's first female sea captain, Marwa El-Sahar, was being named in this headline as responsible for crashing the EVERGREEN. And the screenshot of this news headline spread all across social media. For Marwa to have screwed up this badly is impressive. Especially considering she's never worked on the EVERGREEN and is currently hundreds of miles away in Alexandria. But someone online went, first female captain? Brody? Suez blockage? She must have did it.
Well, because people, it's such a thing with social media that they'll just look at the headline, clickbait, whatever, and don't bother to either read the article or do some light, not even like thorough fact checking, but just light fact checking and just hit that repost button. It's just bad. Like, I've seen people done it with like I don't really mind what side you're on, but both sides are guilty of it. So
Marwa found out about the accusations through a friend and quickly hopped online. I gotta clear my name. Guys, it isn't me. But the online bad guys must have hacked her account, because everything she wrote just came out in squiggle.
The news I commanded the ship that blocked the Suez Canal is not true. I was subject to a systemic smear campaign. I'm currently working on a ship called Aida.
So Marwa tried to hack back. This code, it's nothing I've ever seen before.
Well, did a pirate write the code? The hacking scene is one true event that happened in the whole ride.
They're countering my hack. I'm gonna reroute the hosting. Not if I can help it. They ran through the firewall. Use IP4. It's better. Now, while we can all agree that a lady captain is very gross and icky, and while we all agree that she should be doing a lady job, like adding rosemary oil to the ballast water, or knitting.
Like some of the reactors I watch that react to Internet Historian are female, so I wonder how they're gonna react to this.
Hand warmers for the steering wheel. It was not fair that she was being falsely accused, and the situation was escalating as the online bad guys started making fake accounts pretending to be her. What was Marwa, etc. to do against such a coordinated campaign? Well, luckily, a surprise hero to the story.
Ooh.
The mainstream media showed up and did a thing.
Don't worry.
Bringing her onto the telly and clearing everything up. Marwa even found some positive in the situation.
I was really upset at the beginning, but later on I found like the support from all people around me, and that made me feel like more grateful for what happened.
A lot of the social media posts got taken down. And in the end, it all turned out okay.
Okay.
At least for her.
Yeah.
Back to the EVERGREEN. The EVERGREEN has been grounded for 4 long Egyptian days.
Right.
So tug, tug, tug. Dig, dig, dig. Pull, pull, pull. Fuel is getting low. Everyone is overdue for a break. All right, guys. Grab a Red Bull and a little snacky. We'll pick up again soon. But as the
not a prime energy.
The engines wind down, the crew can hear something approaching.
Oh?
Who the hell is that? It's Smith Selvage.
Oh, okay.
The Smith team boldly actions onto the scene, looking at the ship very inspectively. They report their findings to the rescue team. All right. I ain't no boat expert, but if you want a chance of moving this ship, you're going to need to make it a lot lighter. By tens of thousands of tons at least.
They said that
before. Is it going to bend and tear? And sink? No, it doesn't look like it's going to do that. But it also doesn't look like it's going anywhere with all of this weight on the back.
Yeah,
okay?
They said that
we
before.
trust you. What's your plan to make the ship lighter?
Because they mentioned that, but then they also, to counter that, they said they didn't have the proper tools to get rid of, but to move the containers, because those are at, like, ports made for that, right?
I know a guy. He's got a crane. I'll get it down here. We'll offload all the containers. It'll be brilliant. You're going to love it.
Okay.
The container thing again? Yeah, how long is that going to take? Well, to get them down here and to get all the equipment assembled, we're going to need at least a few weeks. Weeks? Yeah, and to get all the containers off the ship, that might take several months.
Months? No, Mr. President, he didn't say months. He said,
monks. Those Shaolin guys. They're very strong. Everything's going according to plan. A furious rabbi marches in. Do you have any idea how much these last few days have cost Egypt already? We've had to sell parts of the Sphinx. Look, the nose is gone. It's looking all messed up. We turned the whole country into an e-commerce site. It used to just be called Gypt. Now it's online. Egypt. Remember Tutankhamun? Now it's Tutankhamun. Get it? It's a pun. Get it? Let's move on, says the Smith guy standing in for the audience. Look, this is by far the best option. Yeah, it's slow and laborious, but it's a guaranteed fix.
Yeah.
Or you can carry on doing what you're doing now. You're on what, day 4? How's progress so far? Al-Said wouldn't hear it. We will continue with the dredging and the tugging. The supermoon will be here soon, and that will save us. You are foolish, Al-Said.
Yeah, I forget how long it actually took, but yeah, I don't think it was quick.
The legend of the supermoon is just a legend. All right,
I mean,
we're
it's
on the
been
same team.
a few years. So.
If you insist on keeping the cargo aboard...
This thing. So, Smith seemed to have insisted that offloading cargo was the better plan. The SCA disagreed and wanted to prioritize tugging during the supermoon. Smith
just
starts
tugging.
making
We've got
moves to move the machinery to the scene for Plan B in case it fails.
Resources to help.
But they were on board with Plan A. This is like, I wish that the subtitles were a bit brighter.
If you insist on keeping the cargo aboard and just...
Okay, so they were on board with the supermoon idea, but Plan B was to do the slow thing. Slow but sure
We've got
thing.
resources to help. Smith calls in 2 additional tugboats. And not just big ones. Pretty much the biggest ones you can get. So Smith and the recovery team have figured out a sort of Plan A and Plan B. Plan A is to pull the EVERGREEN free by the supermoon, which is only 2 days away.
Yeah.
Now, if that doesn't work, they'll have to go to Plan B, which is to offload by crane most of these containers, and that will take months.
Yeah. Not to mention who's gonna ship those containers, right? Or I guess they're going to reload them on once the ship gets unstuck or something like that. Everyone is mad. Day 5.
Watching on impatiently, tapping their feet and looking at their watches very aggressively, is now a queue of 400 vessels waiting to use the canal. Fresh fruit, thousands of tons, losing its freshness. Medicine, losing its potency.
After this, there's no turning back. You take the blue pill. You take the red.
Not to mention
Right.
livestock.
More than a dozen ships have live animals on board.
Mostly sheep and cattle, lightly sizzling under an Egyptian sun. The Egyptian government has had to dispatch vets to board these ships to tend to the animals' welfare. A few days ago, when I was a younger man, freight from Asia only cost $8,000 a container. Now it's $12,000.
Jeez.
And the impact is being felt by a lot of larger companies. Renault, for example, ran out of some critical components and had to halt assembly at a couple of its plants.
Oh, wow.
Adidas, Nike, IKEA, all saw shortages.
Some of our clients are out of their top-selling SKUs already.
And as tankers queue, oil prices are rising.
Let my people go! Through the little waterway, please. And meanwhile, all across the day, the tugs are trying again and again. Move a little more sand.
I think I don't remember because it's been a few years, but I do think that did our containers were like, I know some of the Kickstarters I backed were delayed because of this. Like the sending of some parts and stuff like that, but I don't remember if like my work had their containers delayed. I think they must have, but probably not. I don't remember. I don't think they took that route, but I can like I said, I could just be remembering wrong. It's been years, like 4 years, I think. So I don't remember the details about work 4 years ago.
Wait for the next high tide. Try again. And as this marches on with the same futility as day one, banking on the supermoon looks like a costlier and costlier gamble.
Yeah.
All right, enough of this. See about 100 ships opting instead to go the long route around Africa, accepting the longer traffic time and piratey risk.
I wonder how that turned out. Supermoon cometh. See, I wonder what was the outcome of those ships that took the long way? Like, I assume a number of them were able to go through safely, right? Not the crab dance. Nope.
The super.
Never mind.
It's tonight. There's a renewed energy as people scuttle around the area, doing everything they can to prep the ship for the big event. The excavator crew, over the course of the week, has expanded to a team of 11.
Oh, wow.
Working double, sometimes triple shifts with only 3 hours a day for sleep. Together with the two dredgers, they have moved
I don't sleep that
30,000 cubic meters of sand and soil.
That's
For comparison,
a lot, though.
this is 1 cubic meter. And this is 30,000 cubic meters. And here is what it looks like next to the EVERGREEN.
Oh.
That's a lot of sand. Subway sandwich for scale.
Right.
And it's borne some results. Overnight, they managed to free the rudder from the left bank. And that's a big deal, because this rudder was acting as a bit of an anchor in the sand. Now free,
it's moving.
The stern bobs around with the motion of the water. Great stuff. Meanwhile, the crew is doing everything it can to lighten the weight of the ship. That includes making a second plea for the ballast water to be ejected. Oh, please, the Smith guy's already tinkled in there. We just can't do it. It would destroy the ecosystem of Egypt. Please, 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 all right.
No. I want to read the captions, sorry.
Tinkled in there. We just can't do it. It would destroy the ecosystem of Egypt.
We had a difficult time with this detail of the story. We aren't sure at which point the ballast water was treated, or if it was treated at all, but we imagine the situation was needs must. Time was so expensive during the period, it may have been better to just release the water as fast as possible and clean up the environment afterwards. Okay.
All right. Biodiversity. Let 1,000 algae bloom.
Right.
Nice work. That'll make the ship 9,000 tons lighter, Kenthy. The water's so bright, I can barely see it coming out of the ship. Here, take these. No. I don't deserve them. Sunglasses are for people who redeem themselves. That's not me. Hold on to them, just in case. Into the evening, the pace keeps up. We see Abdullah excavating away.
Okay.
But really, he's thinking about the moon.
The supermoon.
Rabbi, he's busy taking video calls. But he finds himself distracted.
The supermoon.
With thoughts of the moon. Even Mr. Kaisha. Is there anything in this world that doesn't remind me of her?
More breaking news from the Suez Canal problem. Evergiver is stuck in the Suez Canal still.
Okay.
It's been almost a week. A tugboat should be able to move Evergiver's big ass. This is Nana Star. Nana Star News Channel.
Supermoon heareth. Day 7.
The full moon shone brightly that night, kissing the nape of the canal's neck with its gravity lips, full tongue. The canal liked it.
I mean...
And spoiling the romance of the moment is a big fleet of tugboats, watching on voyeuristically. They are 17 in total, with just a bit over 1,600 tons of bollard pull.
Okay.
And here's how they're arranged around the EVERGREEN. Of the 4 most powerful tugs, 2 go at the front and 2 go at the back. They'll be pulling. Another 6 tugs are put on the flanks. 2 over here, 4 over here. They'll be pushing.
Okay.
The remaining tugs are fueled and ready on the sidelines, waiting for their chance to sub in. Positioned like this, when the word is given, all these ships are going to try and turn the Ever Given anti-clockwise.
Okay.
Looks great, guys!
Oh, there's some more stuff.
Ever Given anti-clockwise.
Yeah, like I said, I wish these were like a little bit easier to read, but I mean, it is what it is, right?
All these ships are going to try and turn the Ever Given.
So although it was far more likely that the back would come free first, for some reason they split the tugging between both the bow and the stern to move the whole ship in one go. We presume they did this to prevent a sort of lever effect where you're wedging one side deeper as you're freeing the other. I guess that makes sense.
Looks great, guys! Do you think that this is gonna... I believe in the supermoon. This had better work.
As Naruto would say, believe it.
The guy with the ruler down by the shoreline yells out, "The tide has hit its peak!" El Sayed commands over the radio. Start main engines. Tension on. Full ahead. The tugs start moving.
Okay.
They carve through the water with ease. The immense power from the tugs meet the resistance of the Ever Given. It was at this point that the narrator said something really poetic. Stuff about the night. About how the ships were like dancers on the water.
Right.
For juxtaposition, we cut away to that crab again. Which everybody hated. It's like a metaphor if you think about it. The tugs are sliding to the left. They're sliding to the right. It's not working! Diesel fumes fill the air as the tugs keep increasing their power. The water violently foams behind the tugs. Everyone is staring at the back of that ship.
Okay.
Come on. Move. This goes on for minutes. More minutes. Even more minutes. An hour. 2. 4 hours.
I don't think it's gonna move.
The moon's power is starting to wane and there is very little progress. Don't give up. The tide only goes down so that we can rise once again. Your moon gambit has cost Egypt dearly, El Sayed. Guards, prepare the sarcophagus with the beetles like in the... What the hell is that?
Oh?
Under the water, all of this tugging has loosened the sand, the soil, the rock.
Okay. It's moving.
Could it be? The sound of metal tensing and flexing.
It's moving.
The ship is beginning to move. It is coming free from the bank. The supermoon gives one last howl. It worked. They pulled the ship from the bank. At the back, at least.
Oh.
Now, the bow is still wedged in there pretty good. But this is progress.
Yeah.
We're halfway to freedom. Keep going. So they did.
So like 7 days. I knew it wasn't a short time period because I mean 7 days is still a long time in terms of commerce and all that stuff being blocked. But I thought it was longer.
All morning. $7:30 a.m.
Okay.
The sun is rising. The tugs have been pulling all night. But the most difficult task, freeing the bow of the ship, remains beyond them. Well, I guess even the moon has its limits. I don't want to hear it, El Sayed. It wasn't enough. That bow is still stuck. No, Mr. President. They're not saying that the bow is still stuck. They're saying, take a bow. And then something else that rhymes with stuck.
Right.
I gotta go. They were loading up the missiles for Plan B, as the guys on social media suggested. I lied about the crane thing. This was always the plan, says the Smith guys. You know what, Kenthville? I agree. They should just blow us up. What? My career is over now, too. You're the guy who blocked the canal, and I'm the guy who couldn't get it cleared.
Yeah.
We've brought instability to the Middle East.
Right. Those two.
Enough, Canthaville. I raised your hopes with moon-based promises. But look at the tide. It's low. Low tide. And yet, I am lower still. Canthaville looks pensively out the window. And it was at that moment that he had his character arc.
Oh.
He realized that he was the captain. And the captain is always in charge.
Okay.
Shut up, El Said. We shall continue, regardless of the tide. Is that not the Egyptian way? Don't you remember the story, El Said? That every young Egyptian kid is told about the human pyramid? No.
What?
Where there's one guy at the bottom who gives up and we all fall down. Heck, it ain't a triangle if you
I'm sure they're all
try.
fine.
We need to be strong, together, like a pyramid.
Right.
It's what Giza would. Together, like a pyramid.
Giza wasn't the name of a guy.
It's
It
what
means something like a
Giza
plateau.
would have wanted.
Geographical feature.
You're right, damn it. Thank you, Canthaville. That's the most inspirational speech I've ever heard in my life. I'll
music
never
helped
lose
too.
my faith again. And even though you're kind of the worst captain I've ever seen, you're still the best friend.
Is he worse than Scatino? Okay, crab.
So they pressed on all morning, enthusiastically and vigorously tugging away, beating off the fatigue, but to no
Thank you for adding the fatigue.
progress. Okay, everyone, take a break. Copy. We'll have lunch and pick up again in a couple of hours. Then suddenly, one of the Smith guys comes busting into the room. I've got an idea. Everybody
Okay.
turns and looks at the Smith guy. All right, well, sorry about the boring diagram, but take a look at this. Remember how we emptied the ballast tanks before? Yeah, of course. Well, now that the ship is half floating, what if we refilled the ones at the back? On this part of the diagram, where the ship is almost floating. That way, it will sink lower here and allow the bow to sit up even higher on the bank. Canthaville gives El Said a knowing nod.
It's worth a shot.
I know a guy who owes me a favor. Please, 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 please. A few hours later, the ballast tanks were filled. And it worked. The bow lifted, ever so slightly. It's working, it's working. And it gets better. It's now 2 p.m., and that means high tide.
Okay.
Guys, I've got another technical issue. All right, what is it? It's easier if I show you with a drone.
Okay.
All right, let me try again.
Oh, now that was like a jump scare. Wow.
All right, you can see the ship is lodged at the front. The guys are pulling, but it ain't budging. However, a lot of force is building up here. And what if it were to break free? The sudden release could propel the ship straight across the water with a hell of a lot of momentum. It could span the entire canal and land on the opposite bank, only to run aground again. Worse still, it could pin these small tugs in its wake.
What's with the... This is the second... I mean, he's only done 2 based off ships, but in the Costa Concordia, he just, like, messed up... What was it, like, pasta? Spaghetti, right? Just, like, moved his hands through the whole thing of spaghetti and just emptied it for that one bit. And then in this one, he's messed up a perfectly good sub. Like, what?
Dangerous.
And the explosion.
To solve this problem, they did a bit of a safety briefing, and they got some rope. 4 ropes, actually.
Okay.
Tying the bow of the ship to somewhere on the land. The lines look great, guys. With the contingency in place, the tugs start up again. And about an hour later, at 3:05 p.m., movement.
Ooh.
The bow began to shift.
Okay.
Okay, that's definitely moving. This is it. It's working. The ship made a big noise as it accelerated from the bank. And at first, excitement and relief.
And
the
then...
bow was coming free.
Wait, hopefully the rope stayed. And none of them broke, right?
But uh-oh. Remember that concern about the overswing? Well, it's happening.
Yeah. And?
Okay, the only source we found for this part of the story was Bloomberg, but they said that it happened and we wanted to build it. So this recreation is how we imagine it went. The full support ropes take strain. Then, snap. One of them breaks. Do you think it's going to hold? I think it's going to hold. Move those tugs out of the way. Snap.
No.
Another rope breaks. Captain El Sayed. It's going to hold. Get your tug out of the way, but it's going to hold. Snap.
Jeez.
A third rope breaks. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. A single strand is the only thing holding this ship from swinging all the way to the other bank.
Yeah.
Forever. Without even realizing, Canterville grabs Al Sayed's hand and squeezes it tight.
Right.
It's gonna hold. You're a madman, Canterville. Mad passionate about this canal, and I'm afraid of nothing.
Hey.
He said very cold-backedly.
He earned it.
Shut up. All that could be heard is the squeak of tightening rope and the scream of torsioning metal. Sacre bleu, said Abdullah, but it is slowing down.
Okay.
Comes to a halt. The final rope held.
Wow.
They really did it.
They're done.
And the
7
Evergiven
days.
rested easy in the middle of the canal. Al Sayed turns to Canterville. Power up the engines. Let's get your ship moving again. I'm on it, says Canterville. All of the tugboats start honking their horns in celebration. Cheers can be heard from the main dredger, the Mashour. In fact, they filmed this celebratory video.
Oh?
You heard them right, Mr. President. We did it. We did it. It's free.
But now what happens to the people in, like, the consequences, right?
I told you. All in a day's work.
The 7 days work.
The president takes his finger off. The president takes his finger off the nuke.
I can't read the thing because the bar's in the way. Egypt does not have nuclear weapons. It relies mainly on Pharaoh's curses and very sharp reeds. Very sharp reeds for self. Okay. Okay.
The president takes his finger off the nuke button. Pack it up, boys. I can't believe it. All that digging really must have made a difference. I just...
Oh, the crab.
Everybody hated that crab. We did it, Gene. We did it. Gene? Where are you? Captain, who are you talking to? Gene.
There was no Gene.
Captain, there's no Gene on board. Wait a minute.
What? Wasn't he cleared for not using drugs though? Or like he was not sleep deprived?
No. It's impossible. No. Gene, wait. Thank you. I'll always remember you, Canterville.
What's with this ending?
And so the canal was clear once again. And chop. You still got work to do. By 8 p.m., the workday had not finished for the Suez Canal Authority. There's still a backlog of 400 ships waiting to go through the canal.
So many.
So Rabbi stands in front of microphones and says, "The canal will be operating around the clock until the queue is cleared."
Although I guess like waiting 7 days. I mean, granted, you didn't know it was going to be 7 days, but since they said going around the long way would have taken 10 days, I feel like, I don't know if they probably picked the worst option by going around the long way, right? Plus the chance of pirates, which I hope didn't happen. But yeah, either way, it was like a lose-lose because you're sitting idle for that long.
And within a few...
Or not sitting idle, but you're not... you're being delayed either way, I should say.
days, it returned to normal.
Only a few days.
It was a big accomplishment. Many industry experts thought it would take several months to free the EVERGREEN, but the crisis was resolved within a mere week. Prepare the sarcophagus for the doubters. Even Egypt's president came out and said, "Good job, everybody. You know what? Pizza lunch." And the Suez Canal Authority held a ceremony in honor of the workers who helped to free the ship. And they also made this monument, which you can see on Google Maps.
Wait.
Which you can see on...
Why does that look like... I don't get it. Why do they make a monument for this event? No lives? You don't have to lose lives to make a monument. What? They're not very useful in the middle of the canal, but it makes the 11-hour journey in the desert a bit more enjoyable.
Google Maps.
Free. Conditions apply.
But the story doesn't end here.
Yeah.
A quick note on the helmsman's penis. Now you, me, and everyone in the press saw that VDR data.
Fragwürdigen Penismanöver genutzt.
But despite how realistic and to scale it was not deliberate.
Oh?
Yes, sheer coincidence. If you watch the VDR data, he really is just dodging the ships, and that's the shape that the path took. So we didn't get in any trouble.
Okay, that's good.
The end.
What about the two pilots and the captain? What did they get any disciplinary action, or did they all just get away without any issue?
Oh, all right. I suppose one more smaller detail. Now that the EVERGREEN is free, what's going to happen to it? And what's going to happen to the crew?
Yeah.
Well, the EVERGREEN was tugged over to Great Bitter Lake, where they determined that the ship was seaworthy and not in any urgent need of repair.
Okay.
But it's also going to be impounded. Oh no. Hey, there's, like, police boats outside.
Wait, impounded with all the stuff on it too?
Why? What did you do?
I mean, I assume...
This ship and its crew is now subject to the indefinite detention by the authority of the Egyptian government. Until you pay us, the EVERGREEN may not leave, says the Suez Canal Authority. Yes, we will be holding on to the EVERGREEN. It's our view that there was no wrongdoing on the part of the Suez Canal Authority or its two pilots. And it was all the crew of the EVERGREEN. So their ship will be held until the parent company agrees to rightfully pay us for all of the costs incurred. Ruh-roh. Now here's where things get very complicated, and there is a lot of legal mumbo-jumbo. But the crux...
Wait, that's a Johnny Depp case, isn't it?
Complicated, and there is a lot.
Yeah.
Of legal mumbo-jumbo. But the crux is this. The Suez Canal Authority says, "Dear EVERGREEN owners, you owe us $900 million. And Shoei Kisen Kaisha says, "No way. How many yen is that? No way." So by April 13th, some of the crew was allowed to leave, but a lot of them have to stay. And there's a certain nervousness in the air.
Yeah.
Large legal battles can go on for a while, and there was already a bad example of this just a few dozen kilometers away. The MV Aman.
Oh, the ghost ship. Yeah.
The MV Aman is a much smaller vessel, and it has been abandoned for years, detained by the Egyptian government in 2017 for expired safety equipment.
Jeez. I
Now,
mean,
they were told
safety,
to
right?
replace the equipment and pay a fine. However, there was no one to replace the safety equipment or to pay the fine because the shipping company went broke. So they just abandoned the vessel. There was no way for the legal situation to advance. And that meant that there was no way for the ship to be released. Most of the crew had to stay on the ship, and they would keep them there for more than a little while. 13 months.
On the
before
ship?
a judge finally decided, all right, look, just leave the keys with one guy. We'll call him the custodian, and everybody else can go home. Now, that custodian was a Syrian man named Muhammad Aisha.
Okay.
Look, he's holding the keys. He's holding the keys. You have to stay on the ship now. Everybody else got to leave.
Wow.
He had to stay. On top of the 13 months he'd already been there, he spent the next 3 years aboard the ship. Quickly, the ship ran out of fuel, which meant it ran out of power, which meant it ran out of running water. No refrigeration either. Food ran out. Every few days, Mr. Aisha would be allowed to swim onto the shore to get food, water, charge his phone.
Well, I mean, at least there's that, I think. I mean, it's better than just being there with no food, no power, or stuff like that, right? So, what a bad situation.
But he was only permitted for about 2 hours until they would tell him to scoot.
That's not a lot.
Would this be the same fate for the Ever-Given crew? They did not know. But we do, so let me tell you. A few more weeks passed, and the negotiations continued. You guys had those 2 bickering pilots.
I want to read the thing.
And the negotiations
Does he claim 300 million
You guys had those 2
reputational
bickering
damage,
pilots. Yeah.
350 million for salvage costs, and about 80 million in lost revenue, and some sundry.
The captain's always in charge.
And some sundry. Okay. Let's see.
Continue. You guys
a man
had
also
those 2
died.
bickering
Oh,
pilots.
so someone did die. During the recovery effort, or just post-recovery. It was a workplace incident, but it was factored in. Because, I mean, yeah. Because, I mean, it wouldn't have happened had the ship not be stuck, right? So I could see that. Details are scarce, so we didn't want to bring it up in this video. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense.
Continue. You guys had those 2 bickering pilots. Yeah, but the captain's always in charge. Sorry, who didn't arrange for tugboats while we were going through the canal? Oh, that was you guys. I'm going to put 20,000 containers on one of the largest ships in the world and go double the speed limit, then complain about tugboats. But eventually, they all got to...
Didn't the pilots told them to speed up or something like that?
Together in a big room. And they went, I'm sorry about all those things I said and those emails I sent. I didn't mean it. I was tough on you as well. They embraced.
Right.
They made amends. They made love.
They did not make love.
And they agreed, all right, you can keep using the canal, but sometimes we get to go fishing on the boat.
What was it?
That's fair, using the canal. But sometimes...
The figures
we
are
get to
settled
go
or not
fishing
disclosed to
on
the public,
boat.
so
That's
we used
fair.
our imagination.
It's tough, but that's fair. They shook on it. It was an Egyptian handshake.
Right.
They do the thing with the elbow. There was a mummy. The story sucks. By September, the crew was allowed to return home. They only got MV Amand a little bit. And that guy on the MV Amand, he got to go home too.
Hey.
Why not? Get out of here, you scamp. The Ever-Given made its delivery to Rotterdam.
Okay.
They did it. All the cargo is here. Although, it wouldn't hurt to check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Canterville continued his career in shipping. It wasn't the end. Maybe just
the Spectre.
One more for the road. It's a great time to be a cargo ship captain. I can tell you that much.
Right.
Al Said returned the Lunexicon back to the Sphinx.
I was better off there, I guess.
Old friend. And the Ever Given had some minor repairs done.
Minor repairs? So the ship was released on July 7th, but because it needed those repairs, it wasn't ready for regular transit until November. Okay. Would have watched the ship leave, but by November they would be back on. Okay. Let's see.
And the Ever Given.
The crew would
had
have
some
watched the
minor
ship leave
repairs
without
done to
them,
the
but by
bow
November they would be
over in
back on board. Okay.
Qingdao Port in China. And then she was ready to set sail again.
Brand new. Kind of.
The Ever Given was released back into the wild. It sailed into the sunset. Ever since then, global trade has improved.
Is there really a person just named A?
Prices have gone down.
Oh,
the economy flourished once again. Food
Did it really?
returned to the supermarkets. Mothers clutched their babes. A litter of puppies.
Aww.
And peace was finally restored.
There's a lot of Patreon members. Sure.
Forever.
Right.
Right. And
when was this recorded? when was that last bit recorded?
Thanks again to Salee, the easy way to get data on your phone when you're overseas. And 15% off? Now that's a good deal.
Wow, that was Internet Historian with the new video. Like I said, it's been about a year, right, since the main channel, but there's been other stuff that I've been reacting to weekly, so it doesn't feel like it's been a while. But like I've been reacting to his explain videos every week, so I'll be continuing doing that whenever there's no new stuff of Internet Historians. So yeah, this was fascinating. Like I said, I knew about the event. I just didn't know the details of it. I just knew that it happened. The ship was massive, and it took a week, I guess. Like I said, I thought it took a little bit longer, but it took a week. So yeah, that was an incident. But I'm surprised that there's like no real. I mean, there was consequences, obviously, with them impounding the ship with the people, but nothing. Like, I don't know. Like, for some reason, I thought there'd be something criminal, or at least they'll be like charged with something or something besides the impound. But like I said, I don't know the rules for maritime stuff. So yeah, very interesting video as always with Internet Historian stuff. So very, I mean, lengthy, I guess. But I mean, he wanted to end it like right there, or something like. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Not for the people that were stuck there, but the video was entertaining and informative to a point. So anyways, hope you enjoyed it. I don't know when he's gonna put up more stuff. If he's gonna do another series of something, I don't know. But when that happens, I'll react to it. So, and also incognito mode, and like I said, more explain stuff as well. So hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, thank you for watching and have a nice day.